Go live. Let's do it. Let's do this, bish. There we go. There we go. Need to get that haircut. Yes, I do. All right. For those watching after it's live, and this video is posted on YouTube, hopefully not taken down. A lot of my live streams, a lot of the channel has been just blocked worldwide by one company or the next for some reason. It's getting frustrating, but I'm just going to get right into this. We're going to let the live stream fill up in a bit. We got a lot of different mini topics to discuss in this video. We're going to discuss maybe The Walking Dead, I'm sure, because it starts next week. We got The Walking Dead, Fear the Walking Dead Season 5 finale, which was a shit show, happened tonight, which we have something. I've been waiting for it to end to show you guys where it's headed. And the new season, oh my God, they're literally picking the one thing that almost crippled the main show. Fear the Walking Dead needs to do everything in its power to stay relevant, but they are choosing the one structure choice that literally almost crippled the show that fans loved. The Walking Dead was a monster, and it decided to do something for season 7 and 8, and fans hated it, even before that, with certain episodes and the way they structured it. But that's Fear's epic new way to tell the story. Do you guys believe what just happened? I'm going to wait for more people to get in here, but can you guys comprehend what just happened? Fear the Walking Dead Season 5. Maybe we will get right into it, but Fear the Walking Dead Season 5. And you guys know I get yelled at a lot because I don't hold it against Scott Gimple for things that I disagree with. I know a lot of fans are like, oh man, Gimple ruined The Walking Dead, whoop-de-whoop. I'm not going to support him, yada, yada, yada. He did a comic with Robert Kirkman. I didn't hold it against him. I bought the comic. I actually really enjoy the comic. It's called Die, Die, Die. Well, so I don't hold it against him. Let me pull up the actual thing. There we go. But, hold on. I lost my train of thought. I want to stay on point. Well, no, it doesn't really matter if so-and-so is dead just yet. But the structure and the decision to tell the story like that is so damning. My mind is numb thinking about it. So back on track, I was saying I don't hold it against Scott Gimple for what he did back in the day, but he said, for me, every story, every new episode, I start fresh with a writer, you know what I mean? For the most part. But he said, he came into Fear the Walking Dead, and they talked about a connection to the Rick movies. And this one thing I will hold against Scott Gimple, and I like the guy, I respect the guy as a writer and a creator. I will hold this against him always. He played us like fools. The season 6 finale, I always thought it was corporate. I truly believe now it was Scott Gimple going, oh yeah, this is how we can, suck in the more viewers by doing this stupid cliffhanger finale. And then it comes time to Fear the Walking Dead Season 5, and what do? Look, fans, look, we have something of substance with the Rick movies. It's connective tissue with the Rick movies. It was nothing. It was nothing at all. For anyone who thinks that was even something, just think about it. What was it? We saw a helicopter. We had a solo episode with Al and some chick wearing all black. Did we even get her name? It doesn't matter. But we got nothing of substance. It was all in there as a trick and a ploy to get us to tune in. That is it. And that's one thing I hold against any and all writers. If they use cheap tricks and ploys to get people invested instead of organically having them invested and interested into the story and connected to the characters. We weren't. We were like, oh shit, we got Dwight. Again, it's a cheap trick. We got Morgan, cheap trick. We got the Rick movie connection. It was all a giant cheap trick. There was nothing of substance story-wise with Fear the Walking Dead in this new season, and in a lot of different aspects of, I shouldn't say a lot, but a few important major aspects of what Gimple is doing, and I am hands down against it. That's not what you do to viewers. That's not how you keep viewers. And this isn't something where it's like, oh, we got angry fans. No, I'm just not going to watch your shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to get into, he came out with a new comic, I support it. In the future, I won't read your comics. I won't watch your shows. Oh, you got a new movie coming out? I'm not going to see it, because if you do more cheap tricks after more cheap tricks, we're just going to bounce. And then it's going to be like, well, all right, see you later. Now, here's the thing with Fear. Circling this back around to the big thing. This article, let's look at it. Before we continue, for those asking, Doomsday Kingdom, there's we need a few more sales to order some more stock. So if there's anything you were interested in getting for Doomsday Kingdom and you haven't gotten it yet and you want to go grab it, whatever is in stock, we can use all the sales we can get, because then we're going to use that money to purchase more stock to put stuff that's out of stock back in stock. We're at a moment now where I do want to start getting all the restock for certain things that right now the stock is depleted. I know the signature series and signed copies, those help us out absolute the most. And just to clarify, where we struggle here is we are selling our comic for a cover price, so that's, let's say, 80 to 85 percent of our business, and we make no money on that. So we only make money on 10% of the business right now, and that's just comic books. That's how it is, because we're not printing 100,000 copies, so we don't get each comic for like 50 cents. We pay $4 and change for every single comic that we get, no matter what. You know what I mean? So it's tricky, but it's only because we're independent. We got premium paper. We have full color, the works in it. It's high quality, comes with a complimentary bag and board. Like I'm telling you what, when it comes to quality, it's quality, and that's why there's only a portion of it that brings in profits. But we will be looking to lean more towards getting more merchandise, hats and pins and shirts. I'm learning sculpting just so we can create statues, mini ones at first. But anyway, here's an article, and I want to highlight one of the main aspects here. It goes over everything that happened in the finale. And then here's the end, and this is the most important aspect. Wait. Let me make sure I get it. The people are split off, right? Morgan gets shot and left for dead. Right here. The finale seemingly sets up season 6 that does away with its ensemble in favor of episodes centered around one or just a handful of the separated characters at a time. The showrunners were hinting that what happens at the end of the finale is epic, and it will completely change. Like, they talked all this shit about how it is like revolutionary. I mean, I'm going overboard, but they really did say this is gonna change the whole way we tell these stories. And at the time, all it looks like is all they're doing is what hurt the main show, which instead of doing the group, instead of doing blended episodes, they split the episodes up. So you have one character this episode. The next episode, you have 2 characters in it and their little side story. 2 episodes after that, you go back to that one character for an episode or 2 and blah, blah, blah. there's two types in TV shows, basically. I mean, you could break it down into subcategories, but you have blended storytelling, which is the majority of the cast, crew, and locations, and you're bouncing around to what's relevant story-wise. It has to be relevant story-wise. You know, if there's a little house or a place or a building you characters rarely go to, that doesn't count. The majority of the cast, and then it's all blended into one. You're going back and forth, and it's utilizing a lot of the characters. They don't always have to be together in the same spots, but it's blending all the different story elements together. The other storytelling structure for TV is split, which a lot of people call bottle episodes. That's not really accurate, though, and we're not going to get into definitions, but to make it easier, it's either blended or split. Split is where each episode, it's split up, and you'll follow either some of the cast, one character, one or two characters. Once in a while, you might, follow a good chunk of them. Once in a while, you'll have the blended storytelling. But the end of this finale seems like it's definitely setting that up. And let's not forget the bullshit cliffhanger kill. And what do you guys think, for real? I got its light right here, and I do got to go get a haircut, but sometimes it's when I'm trying to do this, that light just burns my eye sockets out. So the hat kind of calms that down. But what are you guys thinking for the death? Are you thinking this is a death that is just absolute bullshit? Are you thinking this is a death that he's going to get out of it? Like I said before, I strongly believe, I'm going to put the chat back up, but I strongly believe the death was one of two things. Absolute bullshit cliffhanger, or the actor Lenny James is really not sure about continuing, so they left it off as a cliffhanger so that way when they negotiate a contract, if he is done, he can either be dead, he can either be... no, I actually didn't watch the finale. He can either be dead, or he can either be in it for the beginning first episode or two, or out completely, or back in it fully. You know what I mean? But no, I didn't sit down and watch the whole thing as like a show. I'm not doing that. So, but like I said though, that way of storytelling, that split it up, fans don't like that. They don't dig that. And it's detrimental. So terrible for new cast, the newcomers. And this is why The Walking Dead and any show that does split storytelling has such a struggle with bringing on new characters and having them assimilate and become the characters we love. The reason is, when you have blended storytelling, which is going all over the place and it's covering so many different things, it's covering back at Herschel's farm, but also Glenn and Maggie out on the road. It's covering all this different shit. At the farm, or at the prison, and then out on runs, or this side of the prison, the Woodbury, we're going all over the place. Now, split episodes have their place, but they should not be overutilized. But when you have blended and you bring on a new character, sometimes they get little bits. They get a smarky or a snarky comment here that catches your eye, and okay, I dig, a little sarcasm or a little emotion, a little empathy, or a little a little whatever it is. All these little bits, the newcomer, the new character can showcase all and slowly sink their hooks in to the viewers. With split storytelling, a lot of times it's harsh though. It's not like a little bit going and getting to know them. You have these characters that maybe don't get enough, and then they're gone for multiple episodes, and then they come back a bit, and then they're gone a while, and then they get their whole episode, and I think Tara suffered from that to a degree. I just strongly disagree with anyone who wants to tell it, unless there's a specific purpose story-wise. What else do they see? Yeah, this separated Rick and the survivors at the prison, blah, blah, blah. That was another thing with The Walking Dead. When they did that, it was newer. They teased it a bit. You know, they would favor, you know, certain characters and blah, blah, blah. But that was when they were first starting it up. Some of it didn't work. Some of it left fans frustrated. Oh, man, I don't want to be with Tyrese and Carol. I want to see what's going on with these guys. Okay, that was an amazing episode, but this is frustrating because of the split storytelling. So I absolutely disagree with, you know, that type of storytelling. Let's go and see what the comments are, and then we'll dive into some of the stuff. Like I said, I've got a Halloween video. We have some other ideas coming. The Halloween one, I already rewatched the movie. And it's funny going back now and watching what traumatized you as a kid. This is legit. My first memory of a movie that scared me as a kid. Like my absolute, and it scared me so much. I still remember 2 specific scenes that freaked me out. And again, it's not like a super popular movie, so I think that makes it a little more fun and interesting to put the video together because I don't ever hear anyone talk about it. All right. Well, if you were listening, Marie, I disagree with the storytelling style and structure. You could put the show aside, and we're simply talking about a method to film. So you could take your smart-ass comment out of here. Shots fired. I love you. Make sure you're going to bed, or I'll jump kick you if I catch you awake. All right. I got no chill, homie. What? Oh, yeah? Nice. Yeah, she does. Love you too. Read 2 hands comment. Dwight will save Morgan. Dwight is there. There you go. Dwight saves Morgan. Morgan's death was BS and it killed about 1,000 zombies off screen. What's a struggle? I don't know what you mean. Fire Gimple already? Damn. Wish it would take a while to get there. Either be done with the character or don't. Don't let contracts control your writing. Unfortunately, that happens a lot, you know. There's no way around it. What a poop load of crap. AMC is ruining The Walking Dead as a whole. I'm starting to actually hate the AMC. All right, here we go. To make this easier, because I do want to touch on a few different topics. If you are speaking directly to me, put the @ sign. It highlights it in orange. @MakeAPath Presents, all one word, or use the super chat feature. This way I can just go right through, and don't tell me, oh, you skipped my comment if you're not using that feature, because if you're talking to each other, perfect, go for it. If you're asking something for the chat, for the stream, and you want me to read it and interact on the stream, you have to hit @MakeAPath Presents, because it takes too long for me to, like, look, everyone's talking to each other, which I love, and it's great, keep it up, but I can't go through all of them and then slowly find the ones that are talking to me. All right, XL said Morgan's death was BS and it killed about 1,000 zombies off screen. I already read that one, but yeah, it's BS. You were right. I hadn't watched in a season and watched the last 3. It sucked. Writing is so amateur. What's even worse is the showrunners are all, it's bad hearing them talk about how epic this is and how crazy, and I'm just wondering, are they literally chewing their nails going, oh my god, and they're just going through the motions, or do they really think this is epic? Like, I'm sorry, I don't mean to be mean, but this is not epic. Maybe for an NBC or ABC show where it's a little more loose and flimsy, and you know, people are a lot less critical, and they just kind of watch it to have fun and pass the time, and you know, those type of shows where you get into, and it's, you know what I mean? It's like a nice way to burn 30 minutes or an hour of your life after dinner, after work, and blah, blah, blah. But not something for this type of show. Stormy. Can't stand how dumb the writers are. Take them to the gulag and force them to work for 100 years. Hard labor isn't enough of a punishment for destroying a great character. How are you this evening? I'm chilling. Can't stand how dumb the writers are. Okay, I read that one. Oh, no, you put it twice. Fear Season 5 is the worst season of television I've ever watched. It's pretty damn bad. Hey, Ronnie, I just watched Unsane 2018. It was shot on an iPhone, directed by Steven Soderbergh. It was dope AF. Have you seen it? No, I never even heard of it. Unsane? Nope. It is wrong to move Morgan to the mini show to Fear just to kill him off. Yeah, I agree with that. Q&A. What was the most hyped up season premiere of The Walking Dead in your opinion? Well, I think the most hyped up was the season 5 premiere. The most active was the season 7 premiere. Because keep in mind, let me clarify that too. You had more people that were just angry, curious, reading spoilers, frustrated. It wasn't all excitement. The season 5 premiere was boatloads of more fun, joy, enjoyment, and more excitement in that regard. I remember that, vividly. And there was so many fans. That was right when I was coming into YouTube, and it was so, the enjoyment level was off the charts of what's going on. AMC gave us, a sneak peek that I still to this day, I don't know why they did that, but they gave us the first, 5 minutes. Anyway, but the premiere of Season 7 was had a lot of negativity and frustration with it. It was epic, Ronnie. Epically awful. I believe that. Ronnie, I just love to clown and troll. I love you too. I'm right there with you, Marie. I love to clown and troll too. That's why sometimes I gotta be like, haha, I am joking. Because there's one or two. You guys will see it. There's one or two that don't like to break balls and they just run away crying. But for the most part, everyone in the Matt family knows by now. I like to be like a funny asshole, Yeah, it's got to be bad to be like, yo, the show is amazing. I do think that's how he went out. I don't watch the show, but I saw the clip. Do you think that's how he went out? I'm not sure what, exactly you mean there. Do you mean the actor, the character? What are your expectations for... Because I already went over both. That might be a late comment, though. Expectations for Season 10. Do you think the whispers will be all kind of... You know what? I think there's going to be a lot of solid stuff. I do, however, think there's going to be a lot of paranoia fluff within the communities. That part I'm not looking forward to. I do think it has potential to be interesting, but we'll see. Watch 3 times. Dwight didn't go with Guinea group and will be there to save Morgan. Then we have the Morgan Dwight season. Hashtag Fire and Gimple. Yeah. Not sure if you have touched on this already, just joined, but did you see the teaser clip on the Walking Dead Twitter with the shitty CGI Walker door breakdown? No, I didn't. No, I didn't. I got to go on Twitter to share my stream anyway. Let me check this out. And it's on it's on AMC. Let's check this shit out. Oh, while I'm looking this up, I do want to mention in Halloween, I would like to do a few different... I can't do too many, but I would like to do a few different spotlights on horror-related stuff. I have one podcast-type video that I'm in the middle of watching. We're watching 3 movies, and then we're going to discuss those 3 movies. They're horror-related, zombie-related, and then there's at the end where... I don't know if I'm going to do it on Halloween Day or a little bit before Halloween, but my Halloween special this year is going to be the very first movie that scared me, a complete, breakdown of it. I think it'll be a neck deep. I got to think, if I don't, I'm pretty sure it'll be a neck deep because we're not analyzing it, we're not analyzing the story and the whatever, but we will go over the story and the characters and what happens in it. Wow. Movie Idol has a poll on Twitter. That says, how do you feel about the cliffhanger of tonight's episode? And 93% said hate it. No shit. And didn't I call it? I didn't even watch the episode. And someone on the inside gave me a little idea of what was going on. That's how I knew about Fear the Walking Dead and how it ended, because someone told me about it. And as soon as I heard it, I thought, wait a minute, that's Rick. That's Rick's cliffhanger. That's so stupid. Wait, what am I looking for? AMC. AMC. Preacher, Talking Dead, Preacher, Apple, latest. No, top. You know what? I'm not looking for this shit. I'm not looking around for this. If it's not like here. AMC should be like going nuts with their. I guess not. What are your expectations for season 10? Alright, we already did that. The Walking Dead Twitter. Shitty CGI. This better be good. See, I don't know if it's AMC's The Walking Dead or is it this? Oh. That's pretty bad. See, here's the thing. When I looked at this immediately, I sit there and I think, okay, how could they have done this with utilizing as little CGI as possible? What if they did a camera angle from right here? It did a camera angle right here, focus on the shock and awe of Ezekiel and Jerry, and then that way we see a whole wall fall, and you use a real wall, you got real dust, and blah, blah, blah. You see it fall, and then you immediately, as soon as it hits the ground, dust goes in the air, you immediately cut to the after, and then you don't have to use CGI, because you just drop a wall. When I see shit like this, I always wonder, when there's definitely a just as good way to do it, why are we using CGI for that? I will say, I don't think it's ass. But it's not the greatest. Okay, that's what you're talking about. Do you think Morgan just wants to go to the main show or to the Rick movies? You know, I really don't know. I really have no idea. I really don't know. What did I tell you about these live streams? It's Preacher's season finale. I don't know what to tell you, homie. You have to watch it after. Enjoy the finale, though. Did you know the what? Yeah, I know. The Walking Dead is episode 1 is available now. I'm not interested in watching it early though, so I'm not doing it. I'll watch it next week. Based on what we have seen so far in your own predictions, how do you think Last of Us 2 will end? Oh, I have no clue. We know so little about the story. I have no idea. The only prediction I could give right now would be something real pathetic in general, like Joel dies. Because keep in mind, Ellie could die, but no. What's the point? There's no real story point for Ellie dying. So, I don't know. What are you going to be for Halloween this year, and how is the new place? New place is rough. Still working on a few things, believe it or not. I gotta rip up the toilet, put the rest of the flooring where the toilet was, and I gotta. I'm waiting for my money to recover, and then I'm gonna purchase a vanity. I gotta put it in, and then the bathroom's done. But long story short, what am I gonna be for Halloween this year? Probably nothing. I think my brother's going as Jason, because he did the Jason masks. I don't know if I'm going as anything. Maybe I will. I don't know yet. They will be on the Talking Dead soon tonight. I wonder what Chris will read them for fan questions. Softball ones, I tell you that. The Predator. I'll be the smallest predator, I think. I'd be the shortest predator in the world. You need to check Forbes' review. They rip Fear the Walking Dead, and it is great. I got to check that review, and I follow this girl on Twitter. She does really good when it comes to putting shit out there. Right here. Kirsten. Okay, make sure I don't say that wrong. And she asked 4 questions. And I really hope she didn't do softball questions. I mean, I really hope. Because I know you're going to hear it. Okay, here we go. I have to ask because I know that I'm going to hear it if I don't. But the season has been faced with a lot of backlash and a lot of criticism. Not just from fans, but also critics. I'm wondering what your response has been to all of it. Has it made you look at what you're trying to do with the show any differently? Or maybe how you'll approach next season? You know, we told the story that we believe in, and we are proud of what we did. And in terms of going forward, the show is changing, and that's always been a part of the plan. You know, it changes every season and every half season, and we are very excited about the direction it's going and a lot of the tough challenges that our characters ahead are going to be facing. That is one of the most absolutely pathetic responses to fans absolutely hate what you're doing. What do you have to say for yourself? Well, you know, shit changes every season and every half season. Well, shit didn't change this year. It sucked all around. What do you mean shit changes? And then he's like, oh, we're telling the story we believe in. I believe that. I do. But the story's not a good one. So can we fucking step it up? What grade would you give yourselves for the season? Well, you know, we're tough on ourselves, so I don't know if we would necessarily assign a grade. But, you know, I think that what excited us about the season was the opportunity to see people navigate the apocalypse in a completely different way. You know, by its very nature of the apocalypse, often you know weather and Walking Dead, blah, blah, blah. Wow, these are terrible answers. I guess now they're breaking down if his gunshot was, who gives a shit? Let's go back over here. You need to check I'll read the Forbes one later. Do you think Joaquin Phoenix can be a better Joker than Ledger? Also, did you see him on Letterman in 2009 acting crazy? See who on Letterman in 2009? I've seen a lot of different clips from both of them, but better than Ledger? No, I don't think when it comes to that, they're not doing the same exact character. So I think when it compares them, it's a taste. Which preference do you prefer, this or this? It's the, you know, the cinematic and entertainment, your particular taste and how you whatever. For me, I already feel like if the movie's good and it's enjoyable from what we've seen of Joaquin Phoenix's Joker, it will be like, okay, you either like this, you know, as much, but like a direct comparison, I mean, that's really hard. Especially when you break down different things like stuff they can't control, like the visuals. From what we've seen from the Joker, listen, he does look really cool in that 70s retro look, but hands down, I prefer the Ledger one. I love that runny makeup, gritty look, just hands down. The hair, the way it is. So, in a direct comparison, I don't think I would want to pick. I don't know. Did you get an explanation of the producers for shitty CGI? No, we're never going to get that. I think Ellie will achieve her revenge, but it will be anticlimactic and not worth the torture she puts herself through. Joel will most likely get mixed up in it and die. That's another thing I think is right on the money, because the producers are, not the director, the writer, the whole team are heavily talking about, you know, the weight of what she does on Ellie. So that'll play a role in it. but it's the finer details and where the story goes that I have no idea. Do you think one of the biggest problems of The Walking Dead is introducing chars for the sake of it? What? Do you mean characters? Are you talking about characters here? That's another difficult thing. I don't think it's the characters. If you got good story, you got good story. You know what I mean? A new series started this week called Creepshow, a remake. Yeah, I know what that one is. And a second story starred the actor that plays Judith on The Walking Dead. Yeah, I saw that on Twitter. I'm going to check it out, but not right away. I don't want to get Shudder just for one, and I'm not paying. I'm already paying out the ass for everything. You know, we pay for YouTube. We pay for the PlayStation Plus. We pay for we got Netflix. We got HBO. We got whatever else we pay for every single month. I'm not doing another payment yet. I'll wait till it's all out, and then I'll check it out. I might just buy the Blu-ray when it comes to Creepshow. What is latest with Doomsday Kingdom? Are you going to be the next Kirkman? No. And I'm going to be the next me. Thank you very much. All right. What's the latest with Doomsday Kingdom? We're working on issue 5, and we're going to be opening the crowdfunding for we're going to do an Indiegogo for the very first volume. So it's issue 5 and then volume 1 with all the bonus stuff. Kyle B with a $5 donation. Do you think Morgan's actor regrets his decision to join Fear? This is tricky. 80%, yeah, I do think he regrets it. I mean, you can't not hear the fans, and I don't know if he really enjoys that type of story. Fear made me strongly dislike his character. Again, that's another thing. Here at Lenny James, if you're listening, you know, by chance, if you happen to hear me say this one thing, I've always loved you as an actor. You got a ton of charisma from the earliest I seen you in, Snatch, to when I first saw you in The Walking Dead. Jericho was right before that. I watched that, and I was like, oh, this is a dude from Jericho. And I loved your character primarily because of your charisma, what you brought to the character, and the story. But when you went over to Fear, I don't. It's like that. It's not the same Morgan. You're Jake Skywalker. I don't know. You're not the same Morgan, you know? And I'm not interested in that Morgan. Sorry. And what's when the buff chick will come into play? I think Joel is likely to die before the final act, and then we'll get something that likely sets up a sequel. I don't know the buff chick. For right now, the only person we have not been able to name and put a face to is Ellie's ex who did the tattoo. So right now, I think maybe the buff chick is her. How many characters can they really have? You know what I mean? Yes, I meant characters. Sorry, laugh out loud. Do you have a stack of horror movies that you would like to watch in October? Not that we can always get to them. Any horror movies you absolutely have to watch every October? You know what? No, I don't actually have. Like for Christmas, it's always A Christmas Story and Jingle All the Way. And I know I'm going to miss one. There's like 3 or 4 that we absolutely watch every single Christmas. And with Juliet, we started a new thing where it's every Christmas Eve we watch. I'm sorry, it's the day before Christmas Eve. Because Christmas Eve, we actually go over my brother's and spend Christmas. And then Christmas morning, we do here, and then we go to my grandmother's. So Christmas Eve, we always watch A Christmas Story together. For October, it's like whatever's new, whatever I'm in the mood for. But I don't have, at this time, a dedicated, horror movie. They've outdone themselves, that Ghost. When main characters die, I think it's exciting and great because I like that just because you're a main character, no one is safe. Well, here's the thing. I can only agree with you part way because not dying, a main character dying doesn't automatically by default make it great, in my opinion. So it matters how, and it matters for what, and it matters what it's doing to the story. Do you think we should see a decayed and ruined White House in season 10? That would be a really cool visual. I don't care. You know what? I know it should be a thing, but I feel like the White House is such a generic and, I know. But I get it if people like that visual. But I could care less. Why hasn't Charmander been banned yet? The kid just spams and asks the dumbest questions over and over. Listen, we're not going to go on a ban happy. As long as he chills, I am purposefully, okay, you asked 20,000 questions. I got to get to other people. But we're not just going to ban people because they're spam happy with being active. You know what I mean? If someone comes in and is just spamming, I tickled my nuts 10,000 times, then yeah, we have to act. But I don't want to get too crazy with it. Ronnie, just wondering, what Last of Us Part 2 Collector's Edition did you pre-order? Ooh, check this out. I pre-ordered at GameStop, right? Peep this. This blew my mind. The Ellie Edition, I pre-ordered at GameStop. And it came out to like $200, and I was like, that's rough, you know? But I got a little bit to figure it out. And that's just the collector's edition because the tax and the $20 shipping. And so my brother messages me and he goes, yo, I could get the Ellie edition for $180. Should I do it? Because he's got this Best Buy rewards card that they discontinued because it's so friggin' amazing. The deals he gets is insane. So I was like, hell yeah, da-da-da. So then I told him, I was like, wait a minute. I forgot you got that rewards card. What would it be if you ordered on your rewards card the collector's edition? So he went beep, bop, boom, and it was like $135. I was like, can you do that? He's like, yeah, sure, no problem. So we put the order in. I canceled my GameStop order. So I'm actually getting the Ellie, the collector's edition, just the collector's edition for $135 flat shipped. You know what I mean? Because the shipping is free. He got his discount. So I'm getting like $40 off or like $35 off. And I'm hyped about that. But then when you go to the website, it's actually sold out. Because I started going to Best Buy, and I went to right here with, what is this? The main PlayStation site. And if you go to these, you can pre-order some of them, but some of them are starting to sell out, like GameStop. And these are pre-orders. I don't know how you can sell out. Maybe they're limited to each individual store, but if you go to Walmart, I didn't try this yet, but can you go to Walmart? What the fuck am I doing? What am I doing, chat? What am I doing? Oh, come on. Oh, I messed that up. Okay, so you can pre-order at Walmart. So if you're interested, get your pre-orders in now because Best Buy sold out, GameStop sold out, and that's of the Ellie and the Collector's Edition. So just a heads up. And I wanted Death Stranding, just the game, to play it on the channel. A lot of people excited about that, but I didn't hear anything about a collector's edition, and I'm a steelbook guy. I really want to get the steelbook version, but there's something about this collector's edition with the baby in the container, and I was like, oh my god. But it comes out in November. That I don't know, but maybe I'll review the collector's edition, but that's a small maybe. Just putting it out there because I know some people are interested in that, but that's a tiny maybe. I will definitely review The Last of Us though. Do you think we should see a decayed and ruin? Oh, I already did that. Okay, I'm old, but what is Indiegogo? Oh, Indiegogo is a website where you can crowdfund. It's like Kickstarter and stuff like that, but it has more love for comic books. Would you make an update video of your movies and TV shows collection on Blu-ray? No, I actually won't because not yet. Because when I moved, I think I bought like one new movie. One new physical movie. So you can actually go back, and before I moved, I did a special, because I kept getting that question. I did a video, and I have all the same movies. Like I said, I think I bought like one new movie for real, in months. What is a good horror movie that not too many people know about? I have no clue, bud. I have no idea. I just don't know. I mean, who knows? I don't know any off the top of my head that stand out. I know the one that I'm doing a Halloween video on, that one, but you guys are going to have to wait for that for the video. Do you think Naughty Dog should release any more Last of Us trailers and try to keep this story secret? Well, they already confirmed they're going to release more. Neil Druckmann already said it leading up to the release, they will release some more. I don't think they need to. For me personally, I'm all in, so I don't think they need to. I don't think they're going to reveal too much story-wise, though. Ryan, I think, how can Morgan die with the time jump, meaning he is alive in The Walking Dead in the present, now he dies dead? What horseshit. Jay Twin on Tour, I think you're thinking of the time skip all wrong. Morgan can die, it doesn't matter. The time jump doesn't mean a damn thing for Fear the Walking Dead. It doesn't mean anything at all, because they didn't. It's not like Morgan was on The Walking Dead after the time jump, so it doesn't mean anything. The time jump has nothing to do with Morgan dying. It is stupid though. But little heads up for anyone who wants a refresher, I'm going to put this now. Well, two things. I got asked a few more times. Yes, Juliet's birthday is coming up next Sunday. There's a couple people who asked that the P.O. Box, it is right. I fixed it in the description. It is the P.O. Box 397, Bunn, North Carolina, 27508. That is accurate. So for those, I really should have said it in the beginning. I'll try to find your emails and messages. I think someone hit me up on like Instagram or something. I'll try to find them and I'll hit you back. But yes, that is accurate. And also, if you want to play catch up, I got a special Halloween podcast coming up. It's just a one and done, but we will be discussing Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Living Dead, and Day of the Dead. I said that messed up. Why did I say that? Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead, and Day of the Dead. I forgot. We could possibly talk about Land of the Dead, but I forgot about that one. I didn't forget about it, but when I talked about it with someone who I'm doing a video with, I just said the original three, or the three, and I totally forgot. It's 4, but I keep forgetting because that wasn't done until 2005. It wasn't done until later. But we will be discussing Night, Dawn, and Day soon in a podcast for October. So if you want to watch those and get like a little refresher about those, and then when we do the video, you'll be on point with us. Go ahead and do that. That'd be cool. So what else we got? I might snag the special edition for the Sweet Steelbook. The statue will likely be ass, and there are much better figures out. Not to mention the other editions are sold out. Special edition. Oh yeah, special edition has the Steelbook and then the art book. I dig statues, and when it comes to The Last of Us, now knowing the big statue sold out, that $180 one sold out, now knowing that, I'm thrilled. I'm beyond thrilled I got that statue. Even though we all know those aren't made to be extremely detailed. I'm beyond thrilled because it's not like, Predator, where you can get a hot toy or a NECA figure or statues. It's not like that at all. When it comes to The Last of Us, there's little to no merch compared to other things. So I'll take it with a big smile on my face. I'm good. Plus, it'll go right next to the Last of Us Part 1 statue, and I want them both. I want them on the thing. They might not be the most, detailed, but they mean something to me. Sorry, Vincent. No, I'm not watching Better Call Saul before El Camino. I don't have the time for that, to be honest. Sorry if you've been asked about Popeyes or Chick-fil-A. I'd probably go with Popeyes. I'm not a fan of Chick-fil-A. When I see that horse tonight, I was like, well, he is dead, much like every token guy in a horror movie. Oh, yeah. The horse, huh? I saw those tweets about the horse. What are your thoughts on Dawn of the Dead remake? I wasn't a fan of that at all. I like Mekhi Phifer too, and I thought it was terrible. Did you hear? I liked the beginning though. I really thought this was going to be something I was interested in. Did you hear about the original cast of Jurassic Park coming back for Jurassic World 3? Yeah, I was going to make a video, but I didn't think anyone really cared. I was like this. Oh shit. I mean, you're like 10 years too late, but okay, this is cool, you know? You think a Walking Dead movie is a mistake? No, I do not. It goes against the idea of what happened when a zombie movie is over, while El Camino is an epilogue to the Breaking Bad story. I disagree with that. Yes, it was originally, the Walking Dead Rick Grimes story. What happens after the movie is over, and that's the whole pitch of it. But now it's the Walking Dead universe as a whole. So it doesn't really... Plus, it's 3 movies, and the characters gotta end soon. I mean, it's a nice tagline for a comic, but let's be realistic. It has to end sooner or later. He could do it for 20 years, but eventually he's got to be like, yeah, I'm done. Dawn of the Dead, freaking brilliant. Did you ever play The Last of Us multiplayer, and what is thoughts on Naughty Dog not putting multiplayer in part 2? I played it a tiny bit. I think I only played like one day. I would have played more if I had the time and it was just a priority, but it just wasn't. I don't care, obviously, about multiplayer, and I'm a little frustrated with the rude fans about it because some fans just don't listen. They just don't listen. They're doing multiplayer for The Last of Us Part 2. They can't tell you they're doing it for Part 2 because then it opens up a whole can of worms of problems. Like, let's say, what are those lawsuits where you get everyone together and they do like one of those suits? They can open themselves up to lawsuits if they say the multiplayer is for Last of Us 2. So they come out and they say there's no Last of Us there's no multiplayer with The Last of Us Part 2, but we're hiring people and we're working on multiplayer to come out in some way, shape, or form after, which likely means it will be its own thing. Last of Us Factions, and you can either download it for free or maybe it's something you buy for $10 or $20. For me, I heard that and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try that out whenever they get around to putting it out. I love the fact that they put all their work into the solo campaign. What is the point of, stalling them both? They get the story out, boom, they put it out for the fans, and then they get to work on the multiplayer. Boom, they put that out for the fans. So I think Naughty Dog is doing a fantastic job. I'm frustrated with the rude fans. I think some of them just sound really selfish and entitled. It's coming out. You just have to wait a little longer. I hate waiting too, but it is what it is. Yep, Season 10. Annoyingly, yes, it is available now. Any other zombie video games you plan on streaming aside from The Last of Us 2? Resident Evil 1 would be cool. Well, I would like to get time to do that Daymare 98. I think they gave me the full game now. So I would like to do that, but I don't know of any. If you mean older ones, I don't know about older ones. I mean, we might, at a random point in time, we might throw one on, You still think releasing the main show a week early will lessen views when it airs? Spoilers are always out, but having real clips floating around on bigger deaths would turn us off. I think releasing it early is so stupid, but whatever, AMC. That's such a dumb idea. Yeah, they are great investments. How soon into Season 10 will you find out who the voice on the radio was? I have no idea, brother. I don't know why you would even ask such a specific question. I don't know. Please do a review on 3 from Hell after it comes out soon, please. 3 from Hell. That sounds familiar. 3 from Hell. What is that? Yeah, here's my little list. I'm working on the content coming out in October, and here's my idea: is I might start slow and promise one of the big videos, because again, there's a lot going into them. So I might pick one, and then if I get lucky, maybe I can do two. But for right now, we have 4 possible series or types of videos that will be on the channel moving into 2020 for the new thing. And that's going to be Neck Deep, Deeper Into, Speak Your Geek, and something called Flaws and Awes. Flaws and Awes is something I've been working on for a while, but I never ever talked about until now. But I think we're real close to maybe doing that. Flaws and Awes is a hard one, though, because I can't monetize that one, so because it's going to have a lot of clips for movies, so that one's going to be problematic. The way the series are going to go is we're going to go slow, and we're going to put them out, but if they're getting no traction, we're going to straight cut it. Because I know one big problem I had is lingering with, yeah, we'll do it. Right now, it's when we cut a series, if it's not doing well and we cut it, that's it. We're done. We're walking away. We tried it. It didn't work. But I'm excited to get into some of these because a lot of these, they don't expire. You know, new viewers who come onto the channel, they come onto the channel and they look at our back catalog and they're like, I don't want to watch any of this because it's about old shit that happened already in The Walking Dead or this or that. But a lot of the new content from 2020 on that I want to work on, you can show up at the channel and you can watch a movie that's, you know, or a video that's 6 months old, 7 months old, a year old, 2 years old. I want most of the content to be that, to not expire. The majority of our content up until this point, the majority of it had an expiration date, which that combined with a few other things will cripple a channel. 3 from Hell, did I get that right? Season 7 finale had 11 viewers, but season 5 million. Just trying to come into the season. We're going to see an uptick. We're not going to see an uptick, Charm. Ratings overall is going down. You should play The Last of Us 1 on the channel again, but on the hardest difficulty. I can't. No one showed up the first time. We had like 10,000 people show up and watch like the first one, I think. But I think only like 1,000 to 3,000 people showed up for The Last of Us, the whole gameplay. And we just ended it. You know what I mean? Like 7 months ago or something. I can't jump right into that. There's so many other things we're doing. I can't. There's no way. I can't do it. Did you like House of a Thousand Corpses? Nah, I didn't get into those. I didn't hate them. I just didn't. It wasn't for me. Day of Dead was one where they lived underground in a fallout shelter, also with the helicopter. Okay. Did that Morgan spoiler happen that you predicted? Yes, it did. I didn't predict it. I heard about it from a source who knew about what happened in the episode. And that wasn't a prediction. That's why let me correct that. It was from a source that was very confident that's what happened. But there was still that, is this accurate information? Now that it's over, it's like, obviously it was accurate. Everyone wants Last of Us 2 Collector's Edition. I'm good with the standard. I don't know about Death Stranding. Norman Reedus has a futuristic UPS delivery man. Yeah, that sounds weird, don't it? AMC wants more people to give them $5 a month. That's the only reason they have that Premier account. Is the third movie from... wait. Oh. 3 from Hell's the third one? Oh. You should check out Evil Within 2. That's a good zombie game. I might check that out. Crying about multiplayer when a single player is clearly the studio's main focus is just retarded. Played a single player game. Enjoyed it. Wait. Yeah, well, here's the thing. Expressing like, oh my god, I want it. I think that's a good thing because that lets them know, yes, this is worth putting resources into because we have people interested. But coming on and being like, how can dare you? You should listen to some of the people talking on Twitter. Like, how dare you guys not give us the multiplayer right away? Like, really? Holy shit, ease up. If Charlie Hunnam Never played Jackson Sons of Anarchy. Do you think he could have been a cool Rick Grimes? No, I don't think so. Q&A, when will you make your Walking Dead Season 10 death predictions? I don't know if I'm even doing one this year. I didn't even think about it, to be honest. Is there a lot of people that want one? If I have the time, I'll try my best to get a death prediction video out. I don't think AMC cares. They just want their $5 a month. Do you like American Horror Story? No, not really. How long did it take you to beat The Last of Us? I can't seem to beat it. I'm in the middle of it. I don't know the exact, but I'm pretty sure it's somewhere around 15 to 20 hours, I think. Yeah, keep in mind, I explore heavily, so I'm sure there was some times where it was just all over. I was all over the place exploring. You could definitely beat it quicker than that. Have you seen Last Blood yet? No, I haven't seen that yet. I think we're going this week. But I will say one thing I found today that popped up in my recommended was speed runs. And I saw someone speed run The Last of Us in like 3 hours. And I was like, how is that even possible? Wait, what? And I clicked on it out of sheer curiosity. And I tell you what, man, I'm leaving that speed running to people who are interested in that. It literally made me go, what's the fucking point? You know, all you're doing is running away, you're memorizing the map, and you're running away. That's it. Run, trigger animation. Run, trigger animation. Run, trigger animation. I don't know why that's fun, and I don't know why that counts. In my opinion, beating a game as quick as you can would actually involve playing the game like to the fullest. But then again, I don't really care about that debate even, so all I know is speedrunning is not for me. You know, I think speedrunning Mario, I thought, oh, that sounds interesting because you actually have to play the game. Go as quick as you can, boom, boom, boom. But with Last of Us, it's literally run away from the clickers and trigger the cinematics. My girlfriend wants to know why you hating on American Horror Story left myself. I'm not into ghosts or anything like that. When I first watched American Horror Story, it was about ghosts and stuff. I tried as much as I can, as often as I can. When it comes to anything that's haunting or ghosts or possessions, for the life of me, I cannot find it not the least bit creepy. I mean, I just can't. You know what I'm saying? I like monsters, I like slashers, I'm into shit like that, but I just can't do it for ghosts. And that's for the most part. There's been a few that I enjoyed, like I did enjoy Poltergeist, the classic Poltergeist. Exorcist, I'll be honest, I could take it or leave it, you know. I get why it's a classic, but I take it or leave it. Any thoughts or comments on the Area 51? Stupid. One thought. Do you like Ash vs. Evil Dead? Yes, I do. The tricky thing with Ash vs. Evil Dead, though, is the show came on, and I watched season 1. I enjoyed it, but I felt like it could have been better to make it more of a priority. It felt like the writing felt a bit cheap. Like, not the show itself. I want to specifically hit on the writing. It felt like the easiest jokes possible, you know? When am I going to upload on the Ronnie Hayes channel? October. So, 2 days, maybe. Starting 2-3 days. This week. Let's say by the end of this week, I'll get on the Ronnie Hayes channel. I have some footage on my cell phone. I got to transfer over to the computer. And I got to do some things with that. And I'm just going to put all that recorded stuff right on the Ronnie Hayes channel. There's going to be a lot of The Move, if you guys are interested in The Move, or if you're interested in behind-the-scenes stuff. That's all going on the Ronnie Hayes. I don't have time to do, like, fancy edits with it, so I'll do a little bit and get it all on there. Because I want to show off some stuff, too, like the shelf that I painted. I friggin' love it. I mean, it is so fantastic. If you see, you can't see, I'm not messing with it, but there's little round discs that are painted concrete, and they don't go on the shelf, but I set them there, and it would be a perfect display if we were to create our own shelves. Ronnie watches stream with James. Nice lad. Doomsday Kingdom is sick. Going to order them from now on. Should friends they are also interested. Oh, that's what's up, Jay. Oh, you watched James Milne's stream on the Doomsday Kingdom channel. Thank you very much for that support. Like I said, anyone interested that's new to it, get your orders in as soon as possible. It'll help us out in a big way to get going with the restock for October, and then we can be fully stocked and get a move on it. I know we still have some blanks. It'd be nice to offload the last of the blanks. I think we got like 18 blank issue number 1 variants. It'd be nice to get those done. We weren't in a rush. They were supposed to last us for quite a while, so I could just, it is what it is. But this way, if we get inventory sold, we can go ahead and order the restock. I think, without getting into the finer details and boring you to death, off the top of my head, I think we need a cushion of like maybe $100 or $200 roundabout coming in. That would give us a nice cushion, because right now we would have to use every single penny in the Doomsday Kingdom money to get new stock, and then the bank account would be at like literally a zero, or maybe we'd be like $50 short or something. So 100 200 window of new purchases would help in a big way. Good night, everyone. Good night, Charm. Good night. Are you looking forward to the new Walking Dead TV show? You mean the new one? I'm curious in it, but I'm not excited. I thought you were talking about Days Gone. Laugh Out Loud wanted to play that game, but heard so many bad things about it, including it was just fighting hordes of zombies and it was boring. I'm not sure what you mean. I thought you were talking about Days Gone. I'm not sure what you mean by that, but I will say Days Gone is my favorite game of 2019. Days Gone is Game of the Year game 2019. Well, here's the thing too, though. If you're not, like, you're doing missions in a post-apocalyptic landscape that's filled with hordes of zombies. So if someone told you that, I don't even know if you should be friends with them anymore, because that's like, yo, man, I rented Mortal Kombat, but it's like all fighting. You know what I'm saying? So I unfriend that person as soon as possible. Yes, the game is literally about fighting hordes of zombies. And it is, for me, it's Game of the Year for 2019. I loved it. But again, keep in mind, it's right up my alley. The weather, the post-apocalyptic atmosphere, the zombies, the hordes of zombies. Oh, man. And they're different, though. They're a little different than just regular zombies. The fact that Sophia from Fear the Walking Dead is still alive is beyond me. Wait, Sophia? Who's that? She legit is worth nothing. Who's Sophia? Why can I not remember who Sophia is? Hey, Ronnie, I wanted to know your opinion if you think the Breaking Bad movie will possibly spawn a new show. I don't know about a new show, but I do think there could be more to the Breaking Bad universe. Are there any movies that you had to turn off because it was too much with the gore? Never in my life. Never, not once in my life. Maybe when I was a kid I had to look away because I got scared, but as an adult, matter of fact, since I was like 13, there's never been a single movie that made me shut it off. Maybe there was a time where I had to just go, ooh, shit, you know? Like, well, I don't know, with something weird like a knife through the eyeball or some shit when I was younger. But as of right now, there hasn't been anything. No. There's been no movie that had enough gore to make me queasy. That's a challenge to anyone making gory movies. Bring it on, bitches. You know, I feed off of that gore. Is it possible Naughty Dog could make more collector's editions? Yes, I do believe that is possible, because the way it works is you get the pre-orders and then you put the orders in, the numbers of the orders in through your manufacturer. So depending on a number of circumstances, warehouse size, and I'm trying to think of things that would maybe interfere that I know of. Again, I don't know. I've worked in shipping and receiving. I've worked in distribution. I've had a lot of different jobs in that field, but I've never worked with a gaming company that got limited edition items. From what I know, the more you make, the more you order, the cheaper it gets for a lot of things, like the art book, for example. The more you order, the cheaper that book will be. $2. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to the statues, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what all goes into that. So I feel like there can be more, but maybe they don't want to. Like, if there's not a lot of profit on the LE edition, no, there will not be more. Let's say the profit is tiny on the LE edition. They'll make 100 and call it a day, because it was at least out there. They at least had fans grab it. It's kind of it's kind of like a promotion tool. Oh, it's out there. It's sold out. Oh my God, it's sold out in 10 seconds. Now it's on the news, entertainment news. Yeah, the only good thing about Fear the Walking Dead is Alicia's fine rump roast and those sweater puppets. Sweater puppets or puppies? Do you think Negan and Daryl both will fight Beta in season 10? I wouldn't be surprised if they did. Random question. Have you ever had someone text you and you received the text twice, like double text? It's so annoying. Yes, I've had that. Sophia was Nick's girlfriend, the Hispanic girl. Oh, you mean Lucy? Why do you call her Sophia? Her name's Lucy, ain't it? I just got NECA Predator, bro. So badass. Nice. NECA Predators are fucking sick. No problem. Half my friends love the cover and, of course, the writings. I'm jetting right now. Night, Ronnie. Have a good night, Jay. That's one thing and thank you very much for Cotton Doomsday Kingdom. That's one thing that, oh my God, I just, let's go, volume 2. One thing I will tease, there's it'll either be a volume or it'll be a single comic, but it's titled, I love this title. It reminds me of Game of Thrones, but the title is Reigns of July. I love that title. But that's coming up. Reigns of July. Oh my God, now I remember. Reigns of, I know I'm not gonna get this right, but Kaz something? Isn't that like the theme song to the Lannisters? I probably had that all backwards, but yeah, Reigns of July. That's coming for a title in Doomsday Kingdom. Volume 2 is going to be fun. Volume 2 is going to be real fun. Volume 1 was so fun setting the seeds, but where that sprouts for Volume 2 and what direction we take for Volume 2, because it's kind of like, it's kind of the sidestep of where every zombie, downfall of society story goes. It kind of sidesteps that for a moment, and we really have fun with it. Reigns of Castamere. Yeah, that's what it was. Brandy Lynn was just in here last week, I think. She might be streaming. Sophia's... Alright. Resident Evil 2 Remake is Game of the Year. It's the only game that's in the 90s on Metacritic this year. Well, no. I mean, listen, I don't give a shit what anyone puts as Game of the Year. Days Gone is my Game of the Year, hands down. The Resident Evil that was so fun and nostalgic, but I'm telling you right now, it doesn't hold a candle to Days Gone. Days Gone had a lot of stumbling blocks when it came to story and the depth in the story and this, that, and the third, but the world and the atmosphere, oh my God, they got it beat. Especially the one thing that really bummed me out with Resident Evil is it felt real quick. It felt like, I don't remember now if I spoke about it specifically, but after the fact, it really felt like I really wish I didn't pay full price for that game, With Days Gone, I mean, I bought the collector's edition. I paid twice the price, and I feel like I got every penny worth of enjoyment. Ronnie, have you pre-ordered Last of Us 2 yet? I just pre-ordered Last of Us 2 Collector's Edition yesterday. Yes, I got it pre-ordered. And I got a hell of a deal. $135. Shipped. Bro, same. Shit gets me sometimes in horror movies too. Days Gone, referring to the zombie play being repetitive.
Of course, there is zombie fighting, but they said game didn't build on new scenarios and that there was just repetitive. Well, I'm not really sure what new scenarios your friend expects. It's an open world with zombies, so you create the scenarios. You either set traps or go different directions. Like, if you watch some of my older gameplays, I've seen people who would literally trigger the horde and just stand there shooting and shooting and walking back and shooting and then throwing every bomb and every explosion. You could probably get away with doing that for the most part, but I was weaving in and out of buildings, in the window, out the door. Here's a trap, here's a bomb, circle around or hop on my bike, get over this way. I mean, you are partially responsible. And again, it's an open world. There's no way around it. You are partially responsible for creating some of that action by getting in it and exploring the environment while you fight. Neil Druckmann was just talking about this. The difference between The Last of Us and an open world game is because you don't have as much control over the tension. And he's 100% right. Because with The Last of Us, you can funnel people down and trigger these moments that are tension filled. With open world, if the player, if he plays boring, it's going to be boring. You got to get in those towns with the horde all around you. You got to go in and out, up the ladder. You'll add some verticality to it, jump off a roof, just barely miss, weave in and out of the buildings, and you're having a blast. But if you're just standing there blowing them all up, yeah, it'll get boring. Have you seen the movie Terrifier on Netflix? One of the goriest movies ever. Yeah, I saw that. That was gory. It was like they were trying for gore. I appreciated it. I'm not trying to talk about religion or anything, but just out of curiosity, do you believe that there's anything after we die, or do you think there's nothing? Just asking. I would like it. I would like there to be something after we die, but at this point in time, I don't even know. If there is something, I mean, what is... I don't know. I don't know. I'm with y'all. I have no idea. I would like for there to be something, but there's no in my luck. It's probably just black. Oops, it's Lucy. My bad. I told you it was Lucy, bro. How about fan art contest where you award a signed piece of comic art? A fan art contest, like people do their own art? I'm pretty sure we have something coming up with that. Even putting the art in the back of the comic as well, like the next comic we come out with. Yeah. Have you seen Martyrs 2018? No, I haven't seen that one. Yeah, as a matter of fact, with the contest and having fan art, I'm pretty sure we wanted to have a few issues out there. That might be something to do maybe for the first volume after all 5 issues are out. Days Gone is my personal game of the year as well. Death Stranding may challenge that, but we'll see. What are your thoughts of Ben Affleck Batman? I wasn't interested. Also, are you looking forward to Matt Reeves Batman? I really don't care. Yeah. I'm not... It's tricky. Like the Joker, I had no interest. I didn't care. I wasn't excited. But then when I started seeing it, I started seeing what was coming, and Joaquin Phoenix's performance and the way they put it together in the story and yada yada yada. Now I'm excited for it. So for me, I don't trust Hollywood. I think Hollywood is fallen into this pit of pathetic, rebooting and repetition, and it's just probably some of the worst time for entertainment. Yes, we get some great stuff, but overall, it's just a dark, cold place, So I'm not excited for anything until we see it, or we see more from it. As far as Affleck, I didn't hate him when he was cast. I thought the casting was odd, and it was as odd as I expected it to be. It came off as it had this flat, but I do think he could have been a good Batman if they had a good Batman story to tell. Man, I never get your notifications for YouTube. Ugh. Yes. Apparently, no one gets notifications. Listen, I know. I'm going to have 50 people saying, I got a notification. Yes, congratulations. But it's like 10% of subscribers get a notification, maybe less. every day I got buttloads of people saying I never get notified for your videos. And every day, recently, it's been worse. But I've had nonstop people coming up saying, Ronnie, I'm not subscribed to you anymore. I had to resubscribe. And last week, I think it was, this past, because it's Sunday. Last week, I must have had so many people. It was insane. It was maybe 100 people on social media sending me a message on all different platforms saying they had to resubscribe. Just ridiculous. I don't know what's going on. Do you think The Walking Dead lacks in a horror aspect? Yes, I do. And if you could direct a new season, what would you do to make the show more scarier? I don't know if there's anything you could do because they already set up certain things within the world. Let's say for shits they didn't set it up. I would not let knives and sharp objects penetrate the skull so easily. They would actually have to work for it. Hence, almost immediately ramping up the tension with the people getting bit. Another thing is, I already know you're not going to believe Carol and Daryl are going to die from getting bit or blah, blah, blah. So therefore, I'm not going to put them in these situations to try to get this artificial sense of tension. But maybe I'll put something in there that will, that you could believe, but that will affect them in some way or degree. As far as what would I put in there for horror? If you could direct a new season, well, I'd probably have to write it. You know what I mean. If I could write a new season, I wish it was The Whisperers. You know what I'm saying? Because I think there's a lot of horror, creepy shit you could do with them. But if we're going to do a new one and focus on horror, you know what? Just for shits, I would like to experiment with taking a genre and melding it into the world of The Walking Dead by having a bigger overall story, but also maybe a slasher within the world of The Walking Dead, or some type of thing or event or something that is hunting people, something in that way. It would be, utterly creepy and scary, but from that aspect of it. I really hate the cover of The Last of Us Part 2 and the statue because Joel isn't in it. That sucks for you. 7 and 8 season. Neither one. I like Greg's movie. I love Bone Tomahawk. Yeah, I was underwhelmed. I love Bone Tomahawk, but I wasn't a big fan of Across Concrete and CB99. I don't even think I liked Across Concrete, to be honest. I think they were blunt and dark. I did like that aspect, but overall, I didn't really feel like it hooked you at the end or rewarded you at the end. I agree, but I hope that there's something, because the idea that one day we're all going to be dead just scares the hell out of me. Yeah, it scares everybody, but it sucks, but what else are you going to do? Ronnie, you must be the one with the few people who believe Days Gone is a better game than Resident Evil. The atmosphere and the gameplay as a whole is way better in Resident Evil. I'll stick with that, what I said, absolutely. Without a doubt, without even, a hit. And here's the thing, too. It's a number of different things that's going into it. I don't give a shit how good the lighting looks, in Resident Evil compared to Days Gone. And I will say Days Gone looks fantastic, and you're in it. You're not running through a specific cutscene. And yes, not cutscene, but a specific area that is always constantly. There's areas that look nice in Resident Evil and yada yada. But it's more and it's bigger. I'm gauging it on the enjoyment, to simplify it. The enjoyment I got overall. And when I just simply take on which one I enjoyed, and that's why you're buying games, to enjoy it. That's why you watch movies. If we're just going by, for me, the game of the year is the one I enjoyed the most. Days Gone beats Resident Evil to death. It's not, Resident Evil doesn't even compare. But that doesn't take away from what Resident Evil did good. That doesn't take away the amazing work done on the game and how beautiful aspects of it looked and the nostalgic fun. It doesn't take anything away from that. It just simply means that I enjoyed this much of my life playing Resident Evil, but I enjoyed this much of it playing Days Gone. I just had that much more fun, more hours, more days, everything overall, just a lot more. And that's what I use to pick a game of the year, a movie of the year. Look up Dying Light 2 game. I look it up almost every time we do live streams. I know it's coming. I'm interested in it. I did forget about it, yes, but we will likely check that out. I don't know about right away, but relatively soon after release, probably. More excited, Joker or El Camino? Probably El Camino. Ronnie, I had to unsubscribe. Oh wait, I had to resubscribe too. YouTube is whack. Didn't know until 2 days ago, and that you'd started making videos again since your move. Yeah, I had someone today that just said, holy shit, I thought you stopped making videos months ago. And here, I've got no notifications and I was unsubscribed. Wow. Just fucking wow, you know? I platinum Days Gone, and how did you get that Days Gone theme? Yeah, I did the platinum too, but the Days Gone theme, there was two of them. I got one from beating the game, and then I got one from some Days Gone event. They had a link and shit, and I went to that for it. To sum up Hollywood, good ideas with most of the bad execution are just simply shitty ideas. Laugh out loud. I know you're against the idea of Carol and Daryl being together, but do you think it's possible? Yeah, I think it's likely they will. It feels like it's something they'll do. How much? All right, we got a couple minutes and we're going to have to shut this down. I have to trim the live streams. It's killing the algorithm. Like, it's bad. So we have to trim it at an hour to an hour and a half. I know you're against you. All right, we're dead. Do you think I should give Z Nation a chance? Is it completely awful? You could give it a chance, but me, I couldn't make it past. I watched the full first season just so I didn't hear anyone say, you didn't give it a shot. I was going to make a video on it, and I couldn't even... I had to just walk away, and it's just not for me. I would like to see a Predator-like scenario in the apocalypse. That'd be badass. What are your expectations for the Rambo movie? I just want people getting their asses kicked. You know, blood, body parts flying through the air as they're getting chopped or shot up. That's it. Any interview coming in the future, like maybe your cousin James or your cousin Dallas, aka No, I'm not interviewing my cousins. You know, AP. No. I don't even know why anyone would care. Jesus. You'd be the only one watching. Could we possibly do a podcast and talk about something that's interesting? I think that would be awesome. Hell yeah. But doing an interview would be boring as shit, you know? YouTube has really been ball banging it lately. Yes, they have. Do you prefer the governor on the show or the comics? The comics. I prefer the governor more on the show. The actor did a phenomenal job. If we're going to charisma, character versus character in that aspect, then yeah, you can't beat. David Morrissey did I loved his charisma. But if we're talking like the storyline and the darkness of the character, I got to go with the comics because he actually seemed scary. There was a few times he seemed, you know, in the show, but then they would trip it up in a different way. Do you prefer... Wait, we already did that. YouTube doesn't tell me shit either. I just check the channel daily to see if there's something new, and if I'm lucky, I catch a stream. YouTube is fucking you over big time, Ronnie. Yeah. I mean, there was a bit in the beginning where I didn't understand what was going on, and I did get frustrated, and to be honest, in 2018, it really fucked up things a lot. So in 2019, when we started out, I got burned out, man, and it was like I would do a lot of videos, and then I would just stop for like a week or 2 weeks, and that's because I could not figure out why the algorithm was just flatlined. And then I started hearing other YouTubers talk about it. But the reason why I didn't believe it happened to my channel is because we don't go into political shit. Yeah, we might have talked about something that happened in a movie or a casting or for a movie, and maybe that one or two different, because we made a few dozen videos talking about sensitive topics, but maybe those triggered something, or maybe it's just an overall, you know, how YouTube is redesigning its back end. I don't know. Whatever they did, however they did, it fucking hit the channel and hit it hard. I remember there was times where I couldn't even put dead in the title. We reviewed The Walking Dead. The Walking Dead. I couldn't even put dead in the title. I had to put a 3 in the words, and there was a while, like a week or two, and it started picking up that as well. Variations of the word dead. So we're talking a few months, every single video, Walking Dead, is getting demonetized just because dead is in the title. We're not doing anything that's controversial or political, but somehow the channel got on that, that blacklist bullshit, whatever they got going on, and it is brutal. There's almost, like I said, there's a part of me that thinks we'd be better off just bouncing and going over to the Ronnie Hayes channel and just letting this one die out completely, because I don't know if YouTube will ever let up, Do you think maybe Ellie's girlfriend is like an undercover Firefly? Also, do you think there will be a Last of Us 3? I do have a little bit of hope there will be a Last of Us 3. It is a franchise now, and that's something that I think a lot of titles need to pay attention to. Are you telling a one-off story for sure, or are you telling something that has the potential to be a franchise? And it's not just about cashing in. At this point in time, I think technology and society and the internet, how it's all set up, I think it benefits stories with the cost. And this is something that Hollywood cries about all the time. The cost of making movies and video games is going up. But if you're writing something that has the franchise potential, then it helps that cost, because now you're building your base for something coming up next, not relying on that one-off movie or that one-off game. This is franchise levels with merchandise and da-da-da-da-da, So I think franchising The Last of Us to a degree is a good thing. Danny Trejo he looks like the governor. Good idea, Ronnie. Doesn't have to be with your cousin, but podcasts. We could try something like that. Do you think Daryl has been hitting those stank nuggets? He should. Glad to see the channel is back and running. I'm looking forward to the new content coming out. Keep up the great work, brother. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. If you guys are excited about it, when we start, because keep in mind, October is just 2 days away. Within the first week of October, I should have an idea of when the first, big, or not big, but, main, and I don't know if it's going to be a neck deeper into the Speak Your Geek we do frequently, but the Speak Your Geek specifically I'm talking about is ones where, that are bigger events where we have guests or we go out on the town. That we're not doing for any of October, though. We're going to be focusing on one of the other 3. The Deeper Into, Neck Deep, and the Flaws and Aws. There's a part of me that really wants to do a Flaws and Aws as a tester and put it out there in October, towards the middle of October, to let you guys see what I'm thinking and then explain what it is. And if a lot of people are like, okay, we're digging this, then okay, we'll make one for November. Maybe we can make 2 in November. And then when we get on schedule with that, we'll see about how many more of the others we can do. Can't do one every single week of the bigger ones at first, so we got to start off slow and see where it goes. YouTube won't even let me see your subscriber count. YouTube tweeted out a week ago that says there's a glitch with the subscriber count. It'll either say 0 or it don't show subscribers, but we've been having that longer than a week. I remember a month or 2 ago, people saying, I don't know if they were breaking my balls coincidentally or if they were telling the truth, but it'll come back. Don't worry about it. We're at 120,000 subscribers. It'll be back. Man, I miss your Fear reviews. We used to share the pain watching that garbage. I can't do it. We still talked about it in the beginning of this video, though. YouTube won't even let me... Oh, I already did that one. I think The Last of Us will either be a trilogy or Naughty Dog will end the main story at 4 and make spin-offs. They could do spin-offs. Chris Stanley with a $10 donation just bought the digital first 4 issues of DK. I'm psyched. Long overdue, Ronnie. Oh, shit, Chris. You gotta let me know what you think about it. You gotta send me an email or a message or something and let me know what you think about the first 4 issues. We're working on issue 5 now, and I think the first volume I'm real excited to see, because then we can finally discuss what 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 different, without, I don't want to spoil anything, but like I said, we have like a zombie story, and then we're gonna have something that's gonna, okay, hold on, we're going a bit of a different direction. It's not even a different direction, we're still in that world, but yeah, it's gonna be fun. But I don't want to say anything because I don't want to spoil that little nugget, because I think people are really focused on what everyone would be focused on, what they're doing, getting away, there's current situations, but something on the side just kind of brings them into another part of the story. That I personally think is really fun. But you gotta let me know what you think. YouTube is going the way of Blockbuster. Yeah, it's a damn shame. I definitely will. Nice. Have you heard of the upcoming gangster movie Fonzo, starring Tom Hardy as Al Capone? No, I did not. Recommended comic reads Zombie Tramp and Evil Ernie. Please do reviews. I heard of Zombie Tramp before, but I picked up one of the issues and it looked really corny. Or at least the cover I looked at. But I'll look into it. Maybe it was just like a variant cover that was silly. Ronnie, Last of Us 2 is best-selling out everywhere. I heard Last of Us 2 is set to break the record and become the best-selling PS4 game of all time. I'd believe that. Yes, definitely a bigger story to tell. And again, that it's hard to talk about it since it's not like I'm writing the first volume and I have all this stuff in the whatever. But it has like these nuggets of stuff that are inspired from material that I grew up from, but in a different way. And it's intertwined in a zombie apocalypse story, and a lot of them most of them follow a pretty set standard route. So there's no way to get around certain things. Zombies eat, zombies bite, and even with Doomsday Kingdom, they're slightly different. There is a slight difference. You're going to have society crumble. You have to have the army do something, even if it's a little bit, or maybe nothing at all. But you're going to have those moments that connect with all other zombie stories. However, there's stuff with Doomsday Kingdom that incorporate other things that kind of introduce like a subgenre at times that I personally think spices it up, and it's a story that you could take serious but have a lot of fun with. And I don't mean like goofing off fun, like fun as in like, oh shit, I was gonna explain it like a roller coaster type, where you go around a bend. It's not always just about going down, but you get these different bends. I don't know. I fucked that up. Have you ever thought of going to Twitch? No, I have never thought of going to Twitch. Going to Twitch would probably be beneficial for certain things. I know with, and I'm going to be real. I will be real, and I do not mean this to be offensive. I'm perfectly happy with the setup here that we got. I'm not saying, because I know how this is going to sound, but I don't mean this at all. But Twitch's platform is, it's more, what's the word I'm looking for? It's more open for donations and direct viewer support. I am absolutely all the time blown away by the support I get on this channel. So I don't mean this like, you bums don't give me enough money. You know what I'm saying? That's not at all how it's meant to be. But it just simply means that YouTube's structure is heavily built on coming and hanging out. And I'm with you guys too, I'm in a rut my damn self. Coming and hanging out, supporting a YouTuber is the last thing on my mind. When I get a good month or get a good couple months, throw some super chats here and there. So I'm with it with you guys. Keep my memberships to other channels at a minimum. Throw some super chats here and there, but keep it moving. But Twitch's platform is way more open. It's almost like not even a thought. when it comes to donations and support. I mean, you got people who are rich. I mean, filthy rich who constantly get back to back to back to back to back to back to back donations like it's nothing. And you get YouTubers who are just straight struggling. And you'll get people openly defiant, like, I love this channel, but I never want to support at all. Not at all. It's simply how the two different platforms are, how they sprung up. Will they change or evolve, or, you know what I mean? You still get people who are supportive. You get people, fights that break out over it. But when it comes to Twitch's bonuses, when it comes to the pros, I should say, on Twitch, there are pros. It would be silly of me to say there's no pros whatsoever. But I don't know. I feel like we started this on YouTube. We're going to keep it on YouTube. I've never tried to stream on Twitch and YouTube at the same time. I mean, if I can, maybe we will try it and play around with it and see how it goes. Here's my whole complaint too, because not my complaint, but here's the thing I don't understand, and I'll close out on this. I don't want to go on a rant too, but like, I'm the same as you guys. Like, the channel's not so big where I'm special. I am just like everyone watching for the most part. If you're an asshole, okay, wait, I'm just like everyone watching, pretty much. I do the same shit you do. I frequently watch YouTube. I frequently watch channels, and I'll hear people say, oh, they had a bad time, they ran out of bad luck, or they need support because they're getting demonetized, they have their Patreon, they have their merch, and they have blah, blah, blah. I'm right there with you guys on that. And then when I see a channel and I'm like, bro, I'm having a hard time, I would support them, but this is a bad time for me. And then when I hear them get support from a different avenue, and then they're like, I got this support, now I can do this for the channel, I think, great, because now, you know, they can do content and I can watch too. And it's weird though, because you'll have a huge group of people who are like, yeah, I want to watch a channel, they're here all the time, but then when maybe, let's say, they go to Twitch and they start doing real well, and it doesn't take away from the channel, but then they'll be like, well, how dare you go to Twitch? It's like, bro, you're benefiting too, you know, by me getting this revenue from here. So maybe we will try it, but only if it benefits the channel as a whole. And I totally forgot to mention the member stream only. There's a member and Patreon stream only. These are for the supporters. It is for the behind the scenes. It's going to be live while I'm working on the Halloween special video. I was going to make its own separate video for that because nobody checks Patreon. And I don't want someone who supports on Patreon to miss the stream and then be like, well, shit. But if you are a Patreon supporter, just to let you know, it might be tomorrow, it might be Tuesday, but we're doing a Patreon and a YouTube supporter, a member. If you're a member of the channel, you'll have your own links and all that. That'll be the behind the scenes for the whatchamacallit. We're gonna rely on that as well more, and maybe you guys could give me your thoughts and opinions. I'm gonna shut this down now, but maybe you'll give me your thoughts and opinions on what do you think about opening Twitch up as well as doing the YouTube, because I'm never gonna shut down the YouTube ever. You know, no matter how it goes. This was always an outlet and an event for me when I was moving. And I didn't do YouTube for like 2 months barely. I just wanted to sit down and chit chat with you guys about what's going on in pop culture. This will always pretty much be an event for me. No matter what I'm doing for work or a job, this will always be an event. Anyway. And the people say no Twitch. Why not no Twitch? Like Aaron P. Just curious. Be honest with me. Why not no Twitch? I want to hear what Aaron P says, because I'm pretty sure I know exactly why he said no Twitch. Yeah, fears. I'm not going to do a quick fear recap, buddy. You're going to have to Google it. Morgan dies. End of story. Done. There's your recap. Have you seen the trailer yet? Crazy is what Crazy Does by Aaron P. Wait, what? No? Never seen that. Ronnie, you're growing out of that glorious man again? I probably. Any Predator news? Not that I heard of. All right, gotta get up early. Have a good night, Ian. Yeah, I definitely feel like it's better for the creator. I definitely follow you on Twitch, and I think most of Map folks would too. We love y'all and the content. Again, maybe it's something for going into 2020. We'll give it a shot. We get it. You don't need to defend yourself. Most of us know what Twitch is about. Well, that was my opinion on what, why I would go to Twitch and why I'm kind of not there yet, so that doesn't really count. I don't know if enough people know about Twitch. There's a lot of people that know about Twitch. It's tricky though, because there's three things that dominate in Twitch. It's the titties, gaming, and shit shows. I think those are the three biggest. If I'm missing anything, let me know. But the absolute biggest are women who just go and which it's mind-blowing. I don't understand it. I will never understand it. I don't understand it at all. I don't understand why anyone will watch a chick that teases maybe showing a titty here and there when you can literally, even if you're like a horny ass teen, you can literally go to free porn sites. I don't understand it. I can't fathom it. It's not like the chick is ever gonna get with you in a million years. I don't understand it. People, hell yeah. I think enough people know about Twitch to do it. Don't change. I don't know why you're saying that, Ryan. This might be a stretch, but didn't Ellie's girlfriend say something about trying to make her ex-boyfriend jealous when they kissed? What if he kills her for being with Ellie? I mean, maybe. We don't know. We don't know anything about that guy. He didn't look too threatening, but maybe that is something. Didn't Twitch ban some gamer for saying on a live stream there are only two genders? I think it was Twitch. I'm not really sure. Twitch has stupid bans, yes. Twitch bans guys a lot more than chicks, obviously, yes, but still, I wouldn't let that stop me from opening up an avenue that would help the channel overall. It's funny how Morgan usually kills zombies with a hit to the face, but when he did that to Virginia, he didn't even knock her out. She just had a slight mark on her face. Yeah, nah, stay here. But do think about other platforms for the future. I want to see if Batwoman Season 1 beats Fear the Walking Dead. Oh, I'm not even watching that. Morgan gets saved by Rick. You should get a Discord server up and running. I know you talked about it in the past. We are doing that real quick. I really should have had that up and running. We were ready to rock and roll, but there was a part of me that was worried about letting it linger while we did the move and all that. But now that I'm all set up, I need to just shut up and put the Discord out already. I only watch Twitch for Lapsapal. I don't know what that is. YouTubers go on Twitch. Who go on Twitch? Is Dina bi? It seems like it. I'm guessing it has something to do with them getting to know the streamer. It seems more personal. Still seems like a waste of time to me, though. I don't know about time. It's money. I don't understand. I don't get it. I don't think I'll ever understand it. I was a bit of a freak, though. I'm not into, if I'm in the mood, I'm going to get a chick. You know what I mean? One way or the other. I don't know. I've never been one for, I'm not calling no hotlines. I'm not going on the internet. I'm sorry. I just don't got it in me. I just don't get excited with that. I need a chick in person, I'm calling a jump off or something. It is what it is. Make your own YouTube, Twitch website just by you. Yeah, I'll get right on that. Titties scan. I don't know what that means. Yeah, I don't understand it either. Ronnie, what do you think is the other side of Last of Us 2 Steelbook? I think it's I think they might change, but I'm hoping it's one of the bigger shots of the post-apocalyptic area, and maybe a smaller Ellie in the background, kind of like the art print. But we do have to shut this down. I just realized we're at 1 hour and 50 minutes, and that is dangerous with the algorithm. So I got to end this now, so that way the algorithm, fucking algorithm. It doesn't matter. I'll see you guys. Thanks for coming out and supporting the channel. I will see you tomorrow with a video. And then keep in mind, this week I'm working really hard to bring out one of the first videos. I think I might try to do a Flaw and Awe for the middle of October, and then the end of October is going to be the Halloween special. So for right now, I'll keep it short and sweet. Those will be the two main ones for October that I'm going to focus on, and this will lead us into November and December, this is going into the new phase of what the channel will be. Content that lasts, that don't expire right away, and move away from content that expires. And yes, I am talking about prediction videos for The Walking Dead. We will still review The Walking Dead. We'll still do live streams and gaming, but we are going to put a priority on some of the bigger, more polished videos. And we're finally here, and I can't wait. Like I said, especially with the one. Once I get it out, I do want to have a video and get your feedback from it as well, because I think that's important. And I'll do it on a premiere, one of those premieres. So I'll be in the chat while you guys are watching. Have a good night. Love yous, Matt Mob, and I'll see you tomorrow.